Good morning. It is 9:57 a.m. on Saturday, February 6th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Slept in today. It was pretty good. Actually, the last couple of days I had been allowing, my sleep deprivation. It's interesting. That's sleep deprivation in, I would, okay, let me back up. With first an acknowledgement that there are some people who suffer from things like insomnia and so on that have it much worse than I do. I sometimes have a problem where I don't get enough sleep because I just stay up too late and then have to get up early to go to work or whatever, and so I don't get enough sleep, right? So that's something I've talked about a lot in the past. I feel like recently, in the last couple of months, there has been an improvement where I'm doing better with that. But then in the last week or so, I was regressing. So that's the context here. But the last, but then just the last day or so, I've been getting a bit more sleep. And I just sort of feel my body needing it. And, that's an ongoing thing, too. Like, our bodies are not static, right? It's quite possible for you to go a long time needing only a certain amount of sleep, only to then gradually find, oh, now you need more, or maybe less. Bodies are weird. In any event, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the season 5 finale of The Expanse. This season has been really good. I like it more than the previous season. It's just really been entertaining, but boy, the finale in particular, I'm not going to spoil anything. If you've been watching any of it, you certainly would imagine that there are some big events due to happen with significant emotional stakes. I mean, so much of the season has been building to certain things, and I won't say what those are, except as to say, like, the season does close some of those conflicts, right? And in particular, there is a sort of emotive roller coaster effect during a certain sequence that it kind of just took my breath away how much it got to me. And what I joked on Twitter is, if anyone remembers that old Simpsons gag where, Homer has, it's one of the Halloween episodes, he's gone to this old Chinese salesperson who's, it's, reminiscent of the buying the Mogwai in Gremlins, where it's like, oh, but the item is cursed. Ooh, that's bad. Oh, but it comes with a free Frogurt. Oh, that's good. But the Frogurt is also cursed. Oh, that's bad. Oh, but it comes with your choice of toppings. That's good. That whole bit. It kind of does that with your emotions at a certain point in this episode, but in just an extremely effective way that I'm admiring of, even as a separate layer from my specific emotional reaction to the story. Rocket's chewing on a 2-liter bottle over there. I've also been progressing through Bloodborne. I'm on a pretty good clip through it at this point. I didn't really ever reach any other point where I felt like I was stuck. I have here and there looked up a couple of things, just small things about, like, oh, what is it, to expect in a certain location, or am I misunderstanding some cue I'm getting? And I'm definitely seeing, when I occasionally look at those, like, walkthroughs and stuff like that, is that there are huge, like, swaths of the game that I'm missing, because apparently you need to, huge swaths is maybe overstating. there's storylines and stuff with and separate characters that apparently you can actually follow in a way with if you do the right things. And I'm apparently not doing those things because I just will occasionally say, "Oh yes," in Alfred's storyline, and I'm like, "What?" So I guess I can understand a bit more why some people talk about replaying it, just because, um, it's one of those games that's designed to have things where, oh, you would have no way to know this, but if when you go into this specific room, instead of just attacking the monster, if you do this specific gesture where these gestures are actually usually useful for communicating nonverbally to um, invading players or people who come in to help you with the multiplayer parts of the game, if you use one of those specific gestures and you hold it for 30 full seconds in this one specific spot, then a whole different thing happens. And I'm like, what? What? So I guess there would be some interest in seeing how different it is if you actually do all of those things instead of just blundering through everything the way that I have been. But then again, I think in some ways blundering through and discovering what happens when you don't do all the right things is maybe also useful. I'm not sure I'm going to replay it just to see all of those other things. Those might be things where I like watch someone else do it on YouTube or something. But I have been enjoying the game, so we'll see how much I feel like doing all of the Souls games now. I would say not right away, but I have been enjoying Bloodborne. So I'll go ahead and leave it there, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.